Let's squeeze one out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. See, now you see there are lights down there on that camera. Do you see the little lights on that camera?
I do.
That means that is the camera that is on.
Okay, great.
At this time.
Perfect.
Just making sure. Ladies and gentlemen, professional actor, and I'm helping him out. Pete Dickey is here, and we are going to have a wonderful time today as we're going to talk about a wide variety of subjects, how you get going in the movie and television business, and also all kinds of stuff with okay, I'll go ahead and tell you initially at the start, he's my nephew.
That's right.
He's my nephew.
And I'm ashamed to say it.
He wouldn't have told you. But we're going to have a good time today. We're going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff here today on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it each and every day. Let's tell you a little bit about a few things going on today in and around your neighborhood here on this beautiful Monday, August 7th, 2023. Hope you're having an outstanding day. Enjoy your day however you do spend it. Should be a little bit warmish, but not that bad as they get the rain out of the area. Have a nice Monday. What is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? I searched the world over, thought I'd found true love, could not find anything on the schedule today. However, nationally, it is a tremendously special day. Actually, not that special. It is National Raspberries and Cream Day. Enjoy fresh berries in cream on August 7th during National Raspberries and Cream Day with the raspberry season in full. Do you like raspberries? You big raspberry guy?
Huge fan.
Really?
Top 5 fruits.
You are such. Oh gosh, this kid is so full of beans. Do you really like raspberries?
That was acting.
That's what I thought. He's so good. When I said full of beans, I meant so good. That's what I meant by so full of beans. Exactly. You don't like raspberries, do you?
No, I like them well enough.
I don't like them at all.
You don't like raspberries?
No.
I noticed you didn't have any to celebrate.
That's exactly right, because they've got those little seeds that they stick in your teeth and in your dental work and stuff like that. It's just unpleasant.
Yeah, I brush.
This is going to go great, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so looking forward to the next hour. It's going to be just wow. Who's kidding? It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is Raspberries and Cream Day, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know how many? Okay, I'm quizzing you. Here we go. Here's it's quiz time.
All right.
You ready for quiz time?
I'm ready.
How many different species of raspberry are there?
27.
That's a great guess. It's entirely wrong. 200.
Okay.
Where is let's see, what country? This is a good one. I had no idea this. What country produces the most raspberries in the world? I will give you, all right. I've got prizes. I do have prizes.
Okay.
If you get the right continent, I will give you a prize. I have a feeling that, you might.
I'm going to say...
produce the most raspberries at 120,000 tons of raspberries per year.
South America.
That's not a country.
You said continent.
I said, name the country, and if you get the right continent, I'm giving you...
Okay,
I'm giving you a gigantic...
I have a feeling it's not South America
mattress.
now.
It's not South America. That's a great job eliminating. Yeah. That's very nicely done.
Okay, I'm Mexico. I don't know.
That's North America, but no, that's wrong. It's Russia.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I thought. What in the world is Russia doing? You see, you should have got that. You're the Mr. Russia guy.
I should have.
You should have known. We all feel shame now. But yeah, Russia does 120,000 tons of raspberries a year, ladies and gentlemen. Besides red, raspberries come in purple, gold, and as well as black. So that's a lot of fun. How to celebrate raspberries and cream? By all means, eat all the raspberries and cream you can find. I I like this one better than the other one because it's got a lot more cream. That looks a lot better. What else is going on today on August 7th? This one goes all the way back to 1782, ladies and gentlemen. This is Purple Heart Day. August 7th commemorates the creation of the oldest American military decoration for military merit. The Purple Heart honors the men and women who are of the Military Order of the Purple Heart during the American Revolutionary War. The badge for military merit decorated 6 soldiers General George Washington created. The Badge of Merit in 1782, intended the honor to be presented to soldiers for any singularly meritorious action. Since then, it has become mainly for wounds received in battle, as the Purple Heart has become widely distributed. Since 1932, Americans have celebrated Purple Heart Day on both Washington's birthday and Valentine's Day. However, this date on August 7th back in 1782, the Purple Heart was first given. American General Douglas MacArthur received the first modern day Purple Heart back in 1932. So that's kind of how it evolved. Interesting story about the Purple Heart. Have you seen Oppenheimer this summer?
I saw it 2 days ago.
How'd you like it?
It was great. Great movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to it. I wish I could see it.
I'd recommend, yeah.
In the build-up for the U.S. invasion of Japan, the United States, they created, they manufactured the Purple Hearts. They figured they would have to use.
Yeah.
So the United States, all the military battles that we have had since then, we are still using the Purple Hearts, the 70 or 80-year-old Purple Hearts that were built for the invasion of Japan. There were over 300,000 Purple Hearts that went unused because Oppenheimer dropped the atomic. Well, Oppenheimer did. Truman dropped the bomb. So yeah, that's just kind of an interesting factoid about Purple Hearts. What else going on today on August 7th? Fancifully enough, this is Twin Days, and this is the end of Twin Days. Actually, it's the first full weekend in August. It was over the weekend. They have a big twins project in Texas. The percent of people who are twins differs by race and ethnicity. In the United States, twins are the most common in, guess who? Where would you find the most common ethnic group with twins?
Southern Illinois.
That makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of twins. African Americans actually are first.
Okay.
Hispanic Latino Americans are second.
Really?
36 sets of twins per 1,000 births amongst African Americans. I don't know what it is in other folks, so there you have that. Some twin. They have a big twin celebration in Twinsburg, Ohio, every year on the first weekend of August. As you know how Twinsburg got named? Twinsburg. You knew this was going to be a quiz.
Were there a lot of twins?
You didn't realize you were coming in for a quiz?
I forgot to study.
You forgot to study. Well, you wouldn't have known.
Sure.
So how do you think it got named Twins?
I think there were a lot of twins in Twinsburg.
Two guys, Moses and Aaron.
That's not that many. To name all.
Well, they were the dudes who founded the town.
Oh, okay.
So Moses and Aaron Wilcox, who founded Twinsburg, Ohio, in 1819, inspired the creation of Twins Day. So there you go. They founded Twinsburg because they were twins. I guess. I don't know. Me and my twin, we wouldn't be able to found a city.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't get along.
No.
No, I have.
Ancient Rome was founded by Romulus and Remus, and they
weren't twins, were they?
I thought they were twins. Okay, the live studio audience is nodding their head.
Live studio audience is telling us they were twins. So that makes sense.
And then
you would know.
I think Romulus killed Remus, so I don't think it went well. I don't think it ended well.
Well, I don't know if that's what the Wilcoxes did too.
Is that
in Twinsburg, Ohio? But that might make a little.
There's a sordid history.
I'm certain. I'm certain there is a terrifically sordid and wild past on that. What else going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, what do you want to see on television? What to watch on TV here on Monday the 7th? The Cubs are playing at New York, taking on the Mets. It is going to be Drew Smiley versus Kodai Senga for the Mets. What else going on? And that's on Marquee Network at 6:10 o'clock today, Channel 597. On NBC Sports Chicago, the Yankees will be in Chicago taking on the White Sox. Garrett Cole versus Dylan Cease. Garrett Cole pitching great. He's going to win the Cy Young Award probably. Cardinals not playing tonight. On Major League Baseball Network this evening, Channel 599 at 6:10. The Giants are at the Dodgers, and that's Alex Wood versus, the Giants are at the Angels, the other LA team. Patrick Sandoval versus Alex Wood, and 3:10 this afternoon, the Dodgers wrap up their series with the Padres. Tony Gonsolin versus Seth Lugo, also on Major League Baseball Network. Finally, we've been watching it. It's been a wonderful weekend of soccer. The last two games for the round of 16 today. Actually, Tuesday morning. The Monday games have already been played. On Tuesday morning, Colombia plays Jamaica at 3 a.m., Channel 610. And then at 6 a.m., France versus Morocco. And also on Channel 610. You going to watch any of the Women's World Cup round of 16?
I should. I actually like the World Cups, but I have not been keeping.
You haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen any.
I like them, and
I haven't seen enough. Do you have one of these viewing devices that they call television?
I currently no.
Well, that would affect your viewing pleasure. Yeah. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Pete Dickey is here. We're going to have a lot of fun. He is a professional actor, and we're going to talk about that process and how you get into that and all kinds of stuff here with Pete. We'll be right back after these words. Please do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for joining us today. My guest today is Pete Dickey. He is from... Where are you from now? I mean, if you haven't lived in Denver for 5 years, does that count as where you're from? Or what?
I say Denver, Colorado. I spent 5 years at the University of Michigan studying acting. Graduated this year.
I guess we had to talk about it at some point.
Yeah, the dirty secret had to come out.
The dirty secret has been revealed.
Well, I really front-loaded that dirty secret. It didn't take that long.
The awful family secret has come out that you decided,
They got a great program.
You brought it up.
I did.
What in the world got into your head to make you want to go to the University of Michigan? I mean, they're your entire family, both sides of your family. You've got Iowa people on one side, Oregon, Colorado people on one side.
Yep.
Huge amounts of Illinois people on the other side. You have a Michigan State Spartan in your family.
That's true.
How do you go blue?
They got a great program. I don't know what to tell you. I go blue all day, every day, Bruce.
Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, let's talk a little bit then about the University of Michigan.
Sure.
I want to know then, as an alum, congratulations, by the way, on your recent graduation from Michigan. As an alum, there are some sparkling members of the Michigan alumni coterie.
Yeah.
Who are some of the folks that you might recognize?
The most famous folks are James Earl Jones was there in like the 70s, but it kind of was a different program. He did a master's.
Okay, time out.
Darth Vader went to the University of Michigan, so that's really why I went.
That's not bad. That's not a bad reason. Yeah. James Earl Jones. Did he go to undergrad, or was he was already working? Or was this like a part of a master's class?
It was a master's. It was we claim him, but we don't really.
Does he claim you?
I doubt it.
What other stars are from the University of Michigan?
The other big guy is named Darren Criss. He's won some Emmys over the past couple years. He was on Glee, and he was on like American Crime Story.
I kept, the name keeps popping into my head that's the kid from Walking Dead, but it's not, is it?
No,
he wasn't in the Walking Dead.
I don't think so.
The one I'm waiting for you to bring up.
Yeah.
The one because I thought he donated a building or something. Didn't Jeff Daniels? He like a major part of that program up there.
He's from Michigan. I don't think he went to the program. He has a theater a couple miles away called the Purple Rose Theater. He started that up. So there are a lot of connections, but he didn't go to that school, so we can't officially claim him.
Oh,
we try.
So you're not going to grab him. I don't think that'd be one you would just grab as a nearby.
No. I do have a professor who performs at the Purple Rose with Jeff Daniels, and he plays Sherlock Holmes.
Really?
Every time they do a Sherlock Holmes play about once a year. They do a new. Yeah, I think Sherlock Holmes in this new play got a time machine. So
there is a Sherlock Holmes and the Time Machine movie. I don't know if Conan Doyle ever wrote a.
Was there?
Yeah, there's some Sherlock Holmes and Basil Rathbone's in it.
Is that the one he like meets Jack the Ripper or something? Or
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. It's been a long time. See, Basil Rathbone did we're getting off the subject here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna travel that far afield. Okay, so you've got Jeff Daniels, who we're not counting. Oh, I sure thought he went there. Maybe I'm wrong. You've got this Darren Crisfeld, Peter Criss, the former drummer for Kiss.
And then, really, the school has a ton of New York theater folks. There's really kind of a pipeline of musical theater people. So you have some Tony-winning musical writers within the past 10 years, Pasek and Paul.
What other? Okay, you love the program. Apparently, you
Sure.
love the program. I'm glad you did.
I bleed maize and blue.
What other school? I guess my question is, what other options were there? Were there other options that of a similar level that have a NYU probably has a program?
NYU has a great program. Carnegie Mellon has a great program.
Probably.
UCLA, USC in LA as well.
Northwestern
has a great program. Yeah, Michigan.
What made you choose Michigan over one of these other programs?
They were the most interested in me.
That would do it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They're very good. I auditioned for them, and 2 days later, I got a phone call.
Really?
Yeah. Where a lot of places, it took months for decisions to kind of come through.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have that audition tape. Would you like to see it?
Hit it, Johnny!
I didn't tell you I was going to play this.
You have the audition tape?
Yeah, of course I have the audition tape. What do you think I am? This is a class organization. Here we go.
Oh, this is a...
Why do I want to go to Michigan?
Excuse me?
I want to go to Michigan for two very clear reasons: professional training and myriad personal and professional connections.
I'm sorry, what?
The faculty at U of M have all had upwards of 25 years of real working experience. And it seems to me that the value of a true great professor is not just book smarts, but real experience in their field. And the School of Theater's instructors certainly fit that bill. The School of Music, Theater, and Dance is tight-knit, which is certainly relieving for a student coming from 300 peers to 45,000. And surprisingly, even at such a large university, I found that the music and theater buildings and the general campus were incredibly comfortable. In particular, I love the library in the music building. I look forward to making friends with all the students and faculty at U of M, because after I graduate, these will be the people I'm working with in the real world. The answer to why I want to go to Michigan is obvious. The real question is, who would?
Download my personal files.
Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Acting applicant 2017. Oh my heavens! What a show there, huh?
Yeah. Is that just on YouTube?
Oh, no, that's not even on YouTube. That's like super secret. That's like CIA stuff right there. Me getting that. I hacked your phone.
Yeah. I'm very impressed at your detective work.
I got to tell you, I'm not sure who's the other actor there. He looked very good.
Oh yeah, it wasn't you?
No.
It was my father.
So you sent that in, and they decided they wanted you to come.
That was to get an audition. So
really?
That wasn't the audition. That was like I sent in an essay and a video and my grades.
I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and scare little Pete Dickey a little bit more here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. Back right after this.
God.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, MidwestFarmCo.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
All right, for folks who might be have children who want to get into acting, I'm kind of giving you a little thesis on how to do it. This is Pete Dickey. He is a professional actor, just got out of college, and he is sharing with us tips how to get into college. Anyway, that's he's not really doing that. But okay, so you got that audition, or you that tape got you the audition, right?
That's right.
What did you do for your audition?
Schools ask for a couple different monologues of different styles. Did you have to go up there to
shoot it in Colorado?
I had to go. I went to Michigan to audition for it. They'll do things in the big cities as well. So there are also these big group auditions in L.A., New York, Texas. So I could have gone down to Texas from Colorado, but I ended up visiting a lot of the schools, kind of putting the two together. You wanted to see the school anyway. Exactly. So I got to visit in person and meet all the faculty. And audition for them. So I did a monologue, a Shakespeare monologue from Othello.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, where Iago is planning his evil scheme.
You did the Iago monologue, or you did a Othello monologue?
I did Iago from the play Othello.
Yeah, okay. That's devious.
It was devious.
Iago is not a cool guy.
No. So he's very kind of villainous, sly, and then to contrast, they want you to do something kind of opposite. I did a contemporary play, and more of a kind of vulnerable, sensitive character from a play called Say Goodnight, Gracie.
George Burns?
It's actually, there's a George Burns play called Say Goodnight, Gracie. This is another play called Say Goodnight, Gracie.
It's entirely different. Why would they name the play the same thing? Are they referring to Gracie Allen?
I don't know why they named it that. I read the play. I don't know. I think they watch a lot of TV in the play. I don't know.
that makes some sense. Okay, so you do the audition process, and they jumped up and down, standing ovation at the audition. They offered on the spot, right?
Well, no, they just say thank you and goodbye. Yeah, because they have to see like 100 other people that day.
Okay, so once you get in, let me go back a little bit before we get to Michigan. You clearly got this bug early on, I'm guessing, because you participate in high school plays and presentations. Mm-hmm. When do you think you got it? I mean, this is what you want to do with your life. When do you think this bug bit you? Do you have any particular time?
I wasn't certain. But I saw this note from my 6th grade self to my senior self that they had kept for us and gave it to us years later, like a time capsule. And I know by 6th grade, I either wanted to be an actor or a Disney Imagineer, one of the engineers who designs the rides.
6th grade.
In 6th grade, I wanted to perhaps be a Disney Imagineer. So the Disney Imagineer side has not worked out, but the acting side's going pretty well.
Well, you know, that's the cool thing. If you do get, into some Marvel type of movie, you might become part of a ride that they put together.
That's right, yeah.
And then you could start giving notes to Imagineers.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Your 6th grade self.
So I knew I had the bug at least by then, and I was just doing plays, every summer. I mean, people do summer camps.
Growing up, did you like to see? Who were influences that made you want to go down that path? Like, was it, I don't know, maybe you saw Jim Carrey or somebody on TV that you really wanted to follow? Who's your favorite actor?
I think
at the time,
I think it might have been Whose Line Is It Anyways? Whose line? What?
Barney the dinosaur?
No. We watch Whose Line Is It Anyways? Drew Carey,
Colin Mockery,
Ryan Stiles, those guys, and just loved it. I thought they were hilarious, and that's a kind of acting, and really, really comedic. And so I think I was imitating them when I was younger.
Did that kind of push you into a direction in college, maybe to think of a more improvisational, comedic type of path, or have you followed more down a serious?
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard to teach comedy, so they really don't teach it in the classes. It's really mostly
you paid money for this.
It's really more. No, I mean it's really so you can do the comedic stuff, but really they're teaching it in kind of a more serious way because they're teaching like the technique, right?
How to act, and if the role calls for a comic relief, then you do it.
Yeah, and a lot of comedies, even the goal is more to be realistic, to be a normal person, than to be a big, crazy comic character.
Yeah, that's difficult to teach.
And that's the technique. The technique is to try to be as naturalistic and realistic as possible. So
who then?
Who
other than that was back in the day, was Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Sure.
Who do you look up to now?
I really like Sam
James Earl
Rockwell.
Jones and Mr. Chris, or
Chris Rock. No, I don't know.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell's great. Jim Carrey, I think, is really interesting. I
wish he would work more.
Yeah, people say he's gone off the deep end. I don't know. I think I watched his documentary. Have you seen his documentary?
Yeah, it's great.
I thought it was great too. And you're kind of a performer.
I try to be. Well, thank you.
No, I mean, you're being yourself. You're trying to share yourself. And I think that Jim Carrey documentary is a fascinating look at a performer under like incredibly high stress.
Oh, well, that was the wild thing, especially, if you haven't seen the Jim Carrey documentary, you get it, by all means, take a look at it, if only for the Man in the Moon segment.
Yeah.
The Andy Kaufman part is just.
And the story of the documentary, for folks who haven't seen it, is Jim Carrey on the movie where he's portraying Andy Kaufman. He refused to break character, and in his real life, and he did not want to be Jim Carrey anymore. He just wanted to be Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it was kind of just like a career break in his life.
Well, it screwed up his whole life. I mean, didn't he lose Laura Ollie and lose his wife or girlfriend or whatever at that time?
I think it messed with a lot of
things. So we're taking a break. We're gonna see how much more we can mess up Pete Dickey's life here in just a minute. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. On set and joining me here today is professional actor Pete Dickey as we are talking about a wide variety of subjects. So you clearly have enjoyed your time at Michigan. In addition to acting, they had you do what other things? You had you do, you wrote a play?
That's true.
Tell me about writing a play.
So yes.
How do you do that? I mean, how do you get started on that?
I think just like with anything, if you set aside a little time for it, it's a big project. Like if you want to write a book or carpentry out.
Was this part of a class? Was this part of a class deal?
It was not. You know what? I actually feel like writing classes. Maybe this is a pretentious thing to say, and I didn't take that many writing classes, but I felt like they are putting you in a box.
Wow! It's like you're like Charlie Kaufman, aren't you? Are you Charlie Kaufman Jr.?
Well, we'll see.
That'd be pretty cool.
No, that would be cool. I don't know, but I think writing classes
that's
they
what
teach
adaptation is, for crying out loud.
Well, exactly. He breaks all the rules.
That's exactly right.
And I think a really, really interesting work breaks all the rules. And I think you need to know the rules. But those writing classes, I think, are maybe emphasizing the wrong things, where I would emphasize just writing the thing at all.
So you wrote a 2.5-hour play.
It was a little overwritten, yeah. It could have used even more. It was 3 hours, and we cut it down.
So you're saying you need an editor?
I needed an editor.
What kind of time?
Well, as performed.
As performed. What time frame does it take to write a 3-hour play?
That one was a couple months.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I think I started it in late November, and I finished a first draft in March.
Was this your junior, sophomore, or senior year?
I want to say this was 2020 into 2021. Okay. So
you couldn't go anywhere.
We had a lot of free time.
Yeah. Plenty of free time. Oh, all right, so you have this thing, you have this work of art that you've completed.
Sure.
And you want to produce it. There are you can't, innumerable people who have written a piece of work and been unable to get it produced in any form whatsoever. But you were able to get this produced. How were you able to do that? Is that part and parcel? Is that because you had the opportunities at Michigan, or how were you able to get that produced?
Luckily, there's a pretty low barrier for entry comparably to the professional world. Of it was a student play, and there's a great student organization on campus that puts up 3 or 4 plays a semester, and they'll give you a couple $100 to do it. In theory, they're supposed to help you out with finding a stage manager, lighting designers, stuff like that. They don't really do that because it's pretty disorganized as students. So, I tried to produce it the first year in 2021, and I failed. I pitched it, and I didn't pitch it well. I didn't explain it well enough, and I don't think folks understood what the piece was, and they didn't have confidence in me to create something decent, and that was a really big lesson. So the next year, I still had the play, and I had revised it some. I figured, well, why not try again? And this time I really want to put it on. I don't want to get a no. Which was a really great lesson.
You got a little bit more determined.
Yeah, and so, okay, if these folks, I can't rely on other folks to give me that lighting designer, to give me that stage manager, to collect a team, to put together the plan. And so I learned that in order to actually make something in the real world, you have to put together a very clear, organized plan for it, and get people on board with that plan, and be confident enough in that plan that they can tell it's going to happen.
So you were able to do that on $200 from the student group?
Well, I spent some of the money on my own. They didn't reimburse me for months.
They did. Did they finally reimburse you?
They finally did reimburse me some.
Oh, that's good. Look, jerks, I tell you.
No, I spent a lot of my own money on it, but
how many? Okay, so from gestation, starting to work on the play, to production, what kind of years are we talking about? Months? 26, 28,
it was
months?
fall of 2022 when, so 2 years.
Did it turn out how you liked it? Do you view it? I mean, it was only set to be what? What'd you do? Once or twice? How many shows?
We did a weekend of shows. So we performed it, kind of 4 times.
Okay.
Full out 4 times.
When you're putting something like that together, and you directed it too, right?
That is right, yeah.
When you're putting something like that together, you're basically having to juggle. You've got all kinds of balls in the air at the same time, don't you?
Yeah.
What theater did you use? Was it one of the on campus? Or
it was a black box theater we had on campus. Okay. It's a really nice studio that they have, so it could probably seat.
How'd you acquire that? I mean,
80 people.
How did you contact them? Like
that was the student organization.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, okay. So they kind of arrange a rehearsal space and the performance space.
How long? When you're putting on the 4-day play like that, I know how production works in a town, in a public city or something. Like Salem has one, Grayville used to have one, Alding has one, and you get people in there 2 or 3 hours a night over the course of a couple of months, for 3 or 4 times a week. How many hours but you're dealing with not professional actors, but good amateur actors, right?
Yeah. So it was pretty much all acting students as well who take it, or taking it very seriously.
What's the rehearsal to showtime?
We had 3 weeks, 4 hours a night, 6 days a week.
Okay.
And a professional production, like in New York or something, it would be 3 weeks, but you're working 8 or 10 hours a day.
Right.
So in one sense, we have more time than maybe some of the productions, more community productions have to do, because you're working around everyone's schedules.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we're actually working on half the amount of time the pros are, and the pros are even more efficient than students are.
They're working, they're working smarter.
It was pedal to the metal. It was pretty stressful. Yeah.
How did it turn out?
It went well. when you're writing the thing, it's completely different than when you are producing and directing the thing. And when you're writing it, you almost don't want to think about how you're going to do it on stage.
Right.
And then when you're putting it on stage, suddenly you're having to cut the corners you can.
That's interesting because you're talking about you don't want to think about how to produce it on stage because as a writer, you don't want to be constrained.
Well,
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, in theory, yeah. I mean, you can think about it, and I think I was to a degree, but I think I was imagining in writing it, being able to do a lot more things with the set.
Did you imagine? You imagine when you were writing the thing? Did you imagine you as the? By the way, the name of the play is
Frick.
Frick.
Which is, what a lot of kids will say instead of the F word.
And that's what. And
it's all about middle schoolers who might be saying.
It's all upper middle school, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
who are cursing up a storm, but they're saying frick instead
as opposed
of
to fudge.
Yeah, fudge. Exactly. That one.
You could have named it fudge. That would have been a lot tastier.
A lot sweeter.
So you liked how it went?
I liked how it went. It got a real great response from people, and when you're doing it with a small in a small room, it becomes about the performance and about the story.
Yeah.
And people understand that you're there to follow, to put yourself in their shoes rather than to see great spectacle. And that's what's really nice about student theater and what's really nice about small theater like that is that people are relating to it in a way that it's actually very difficult to relate to a big New York Broadway show because you're so caught up in the flash and the spectacle of it all.
And the singing.
And you're actually sitting back at a distance, and I would say it's a similar thing to like a big movie versus you going and seeing a play in your local theater.
When you wrote it, were you as you were writing the piece, did you see yourself playing any of the parts? Did you write any of them for yourself?
No. Yeah, I mean, when you're writing it,
or did you have anybody in mind that you wanted to do any of the parts? I'm guessing
kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
In the writing of it, because when you're writing it, I subscribe to this belief, and there's this great playwright named John Patrick Shanley who wrote Doubt.
It's a great playwright.
And Prodigal Son is another play of his. Doubt was a movie with Meryl Streep. He believes that if you quiet all the noise that you hear in the world, you get to a quiet enough place and you quiet the things in yourself, you start hearing voices. And he hears characters' voices. And I think when you're writing something that is just dialogue, I agree. I start to hear the voice, and that voice comes out in the writing. And so I don't think I was thinking about an actor. I was just hearing a character's voice. And so each character ends up being kind of a slice of myself. Some writers create work that is clearly autobiographical. I believe that every piece is autobiographical, but if you've written enough characters, they're all different pieces of yourself. They're all different ideas that you might be entertaining, or beliefs in the world, or...
That University of Michigan just throws all kinds of ideas in your head.
All kinds of crazy ideas, ridiculous things nobody cares about. I went to an art school, Bruce. I went to an art school. Of course you're going to get this kind of stuff.
We're going to take one last break. We'll be right back. You're watching Big Talk.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at carnabysquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemonsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Yeah.
Using your brain as your tool.
Exactly.
I'm making stuff up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Pete Dickey is joining us here today, and he is a professional actor. Okay, now, people are out there saying, okay, professional actor, that means you've been paid.
Yeah, exactly. In theory.
Which you have been paid. You just went out to San Diego, finished a little run out there, didn't you? Tell us about that.
I did.
Now, and having directed your own play, the Frick play, and I guess what'd you do in San Diego?
In San Diego, I was the assistant director at the Old Globe, which is a big regional theater there, and did that for 4 weeks. Yeah, I don't know.
Having done that and having directed your own play, are you thinking about direction as opposed to trying to become a director? Or I guess you kind of have to have the acting base to jump to that, do you? Or do you?
Yeah, I guess the real... The question you're asking is, am I more interested in the performance side or the...
That's exactly right. You are a pro. Thank you very much.
The crew side, no. I think, luckily as a young person, I think you can juggle both, at least for a little bit, as you're finding more of your niche, and at least... My philosophy right now is trying to juggle both performing and the writing, directing side. I would also say that the directing side is, if you are the director, it is very creative. You are definitely an artist.
Yeah.
If you are the assistant director or anyone else on the crew side, it gets increasingly less creative.
So you were the guy who made sure, as the assistant director, you made sure the apples were set on the right spot on stage, and
basically.
You were herding actors, probably.
Basically, yeah. That actually technically falls under the stage manager's responsibilities.
But you could beef at him and tell him to be in the right spot or something?
Yeah, exactly. So, so I'm really more just organizing things for the director.
And you're going to head out where? Where are we going next?
I'm going to be moving to Los Angeles next.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to do out there?
Well,
this is a great time to go to LA to try to become an actor.
Oh yeah, it'll be great. There's no work happening because of all the union strikes.
Both the writers' union and the actors' union are striking.
Well, I have a lot of friends out there, and I think it just makes more sense for me.
It's all about connections, isn't it?
I think so. Just like any other business, it's the people you know, the people you want to be around, and I want to be around those folks. And I have less of a base in New York. A lot of actors do go to New York City or Chicago even to build up their careers. For me, I think LA makes the most sense.
Chicago seems more like maybe the comedy center. If you were going to become you have Second City there. I guess LA does have the Groundlings though, don't they?
LA's got 2 improv theaters and I think a couple other comedy clubs. It's got a pretty good comedy scene. Chicago is a great comedy scene. There's the IO closed, which was a big improv theater there that's long standing for years. It closed during COVID. It hasn't come back. Yeah. So now they really only have Second City.
Okay.
And then New York's got a couple, but
you mentioned
or a lot. But.
You mentioned the Old Globe Theater in San Diego, and which when you say the Old Globe, it makes me think of the Globe in London. You've been to the Globe in London?
Yeah, it's great. The Stratford upon Avon. Yeah, it's beautiful. The Old Globe in San Diego is similar in name.
That's it.
It was built in 1935. They hadn't really figured out what Shakespeare's Globe actually looked like back then. They didn't really. So on the outside it looks like the Globe, but it doesn't. The inside is all modern.
Now you've been to the old Globe in London. When did they figure out what it looked like, or how did they? Because you tell me about that place. Give me the touristy guide here.
Well,
be my tour guide. I went to London as well, but I didn't see the Globe.
Okay, well, I think it was the 80s. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was a Shakespeare fanatic and basically a scholar.
Was it McKellen?
It wasn't McKellen. The live studio audience knew the guy's name.
Not Watterson.
Anyway. Sam something. But the Old Globe there is built in a way that
Sam Shepard?
It's you got people standing in front of the stage, and then everyone's in a round, kind of around
like
the
Shakespeare
stage.
Love.
Yeah, like exactly like Shakespeare.
So
Love.
I mean,
and so they did a lot of research in I believe the 1980s when they wanted to build a recreation of the Old Globe, and they found some of the building documents. What was the name?
Wanamaker, I believe. Oh, okay.
Sam Wanamaker, if you want to look it up.
Oh, I know Sam Wanamaker.
And so, now in London, it's a museum and a playhouse. And so they do Shakespeare plays in the style that they were traditionally done.
Well, that's pretty good. Is that something that intrigues you, or of the theatrical styles? You've got the small theater, the off Broadway. Of course, you're going to make the money if you go on Broadway, but that's pressure. Those folks are working, and that is a lot of pressure. London has 2 or 3 different styles of theaters. Well, what are you looking at? You're not even looking that direction. You're looking for television and movies.
Well, a little bit. I love Shakespeare work. I would love to do small theater Shakespeare work, and anybody would love to be on Broadway. It's very hard to be on Broadway,
right.
And most of the work that's happening there is musical theater, which is not something I think I'm great at performing.
I got to ask, and maybe you understand it. I don't understand. They're still able to do the plays on Broadway. I guess they're getting admission or something from the guilds to be able to do their work.
Yeah, well, Broadway is a saying that goes around.
They may not have their SAG cards or something, right?
No. Oh, yeah, exactly.
They're not screen actors?
So, yeah, Broadway is...
It's a theater guild.
Is different, yeah. So there's a theater equity, it's a actors equity, it's a theater union, and it's different from the film union, and they govern different things.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Entirely off topic, and I've waited too doggone long to take you in time. You've traveled all over the world. Do you remember anything about Singapore at all?
Not when I was 3. I remember some from when I was 13.
Yeah.
But
What's your favorite place to go? If you had the opportunity to go or to return to any of the places you visited, where would you go?
International travel to return, probably Singapore.
Or
Yeah.
national?
Nationally,
because you've probably been to 30 or 40 states. I mean, you've been to a bunch.
That's true. I would
Even
want to
as a
visit
young
somewhere
man.
new. I don't know. I want to visit somewhere never been to, San Francisco. That'd be nice. I don't know. Just check out the Pacific Northwest more. I've been to Portland and Seattle briefly, but
You want to go to every ballpark in the country, don't you?
I want to go to every single ballpark, Bruce.
I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. By the way, how you like Jim Harbaugh? Have you met him?
I have not met Jim Harbaugh. I worked with his son, though. He was a directing student.
Was he a jerk?
He was a sweetheart.
Pete, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Best of luck to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Boom.
Folks, thank you so much for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.